Hey, my name's Izzy, this is Rolling Virtual Cards, and these are the best Zelda characters in each Zelda game, according to me. And I'm right. I'm always right. So, let's get into it. Wind. Let's start off The Legend of Zelda for the NES. Here, we have Ganon. There's not a lot of good characters. You have Link, Zelda, Ganon, and then I guess Impa is in there, but like she's not really in there. She's in the like I forget the name of those. The little like card that comes with it, the booklet that comes with it that explains stuff. That she's like the midwife of Zelda in that game. You know, protecting her, helping her, all that stuff. But then you have like all the enemies, and I don't think any of the bosses are super well like remembered. And on top of that, you have like maybe the old man, like the main old man who gives you the sword. Could be Glim. But the original Ganon's classic, guys. It looks classic. It looks unique. The original Zelda and Link kind of look generic, even when you use their drawn cartoon look. Whereas Ganon, in his bulldog pig-esque form, is so cool. It's unique. It's memorable. It's the thing you're going after. It's the silhouette that you see and go, yeah, that's Ganon. And wait here a second. Here comes my cat. What's my cat? As you can see her tail. Here's my cat, guys. Now my cat's gone, guys. So yeah, Ganon is definitely right up there as the best character from the NES game. Up next is the Adventure of Link. Let's just get right into it. There's no good characters from the Adventure of Link. I'm not choosing Ganon again because he's dead and all you see is his silhouette. I'm not choosing Link because, again, he's a little generic in this game. Zelda's dead in this game. There's a lot of dead people in this game, okay? So when thinking about it, you have to choose a different character. And I'm choosing Error, guys. There wasn't a different choice. Error's the funny haha character that actually has a name. None of the bosses are super memorable. You could choose Shadow Link, I guess, because this is the first time he appeared. And, like, he's well known. So if you chose Shadow Link, I would totally be like, yeah, good for you. But I think Error is kind of funny. When I think The Adventures of Link, at first I think this is a terrible game. And then I think, oh yeah, Error is in that game, isn't he? Doesn't he have a friend named, like, Bug in Japanese? Kind of funny. Next up is A Link to the Past. Lots of good characters you could choose here. Tons, trust me. And I went with Aghanim. So, Aghanim may not be your favorite choice for A Link to the Past, but he is my favorite choice for A Link to the Past. I like his character. I like the concept that he is just possessed by Ganon and thrown to the wayside as a mortal shell once Ganon regains his power that he lost. He's, yeah, just a very unique main villain for the first half of the game. And they do that right in this game, guys. Here's my kitty cat again. She's just going to be with me, I guess, for a little bit. And the thing is when I say they do it right, I mean, like, yeah, like halfway through the game, he's there, he's the villain, you fight him, you get knocked into the Dark Realm, and then it turns out, hey, you have to get this Master Sword. And you get the Master Sword, and he's like, check this out, not the main villain. There's a different villain. Who is this different villain? It's Ganon. The one you know from the first two games. Very unique to have that twist. It was the first time they pulled the twist. You thought, nah, Ganon's been dead. This is the next game in line. Can't be Ganon. It's his Aghanim character. Got tricked, it was Ganon. I like the plot twist in that one. Plus, his kind of like somewhat like Sheikah looking symbol, but like kind of demonized version of it is super cool. Being a wizard, very powerful one at that. A threatening one. I mean, you had to get the Master Sword in order to fight him, okay? Just to get to him, very powerful character, okay? Very evil. Next up is Link's Awakening. Love this game. Absolutely baller game. And it's Marin. I don't think it's really close. There's some funny choices like Anti-Kirby and Chain Chomp, and I almost chose the alligator because I love the blue alligator. I think his name is Croc. But overall, it's Marin. I love this character. She really is the like central focal point of the entire game. She's just there when you need her. You have that escort mission. You have all the pictures you can take with her. My cat is being stealthy again and trying to sneak up here. You guys are getting a lot of cat in this game, or in this video. But overall, I think what really gives Marin that edge is the concept of like, this is a dream. Whose dream it is? Well, it's the great Windfish's dream. Windfish, Dreamfish's dream. Dreamfish's dream? The giant whale. I think it's the Windfish. And the issue with that is that where is the dream coming from? And a lot of people suspect this is like Link's dream. And this is his like dream girl. This is who Link's dream girl is. Now, mind you, this is the same Link from A Link to the Past in the Oracle games, okay? This is after he did the Oracle games. He ends up shipwrecked and ends up here. And this is supposedly like, this is Zelda if Zelda was like free-spirited and willing to do like willing to have fun with Link instead of being stuck, you know, doing Zelda stuff or princess stuff, right? Which we will get later on, but here Marin's just such a great character. Don't ever skip taking pictures, guys. It's so fun to see the little things you can get with her. Such a great character for such a great game. Next up is Ocarina of Time. We're entering 3D now, guys, and there's a lot of characters you could choose from Ocarina of Time to be your favorite. A lot. With it being the first 3D Zelda, there's much more depth and storytelling here with cutscenes, so you get to introduce to characters. If someone said Link from this one being this one and Majora's Mask was like their favorite Link, I wouldn't blame them, right? If someone said Zelda was their favorite from here, I wouldn't blame them. Very cool character. And technically speaking, I did. It's Sheik. Here's the thing. Yes, Sheik is technically Zelda, so therefore I'm choosing Zelda here. But I'm choosing her Sheik form because Sheik, as this disguised individual, shows you the training that this Zelda was willing to go through for her people. Trained by Impa to protect themselves. And yeah, okay, if you had like a brain and were old enough when you played this game, and you know there's only 3 main characters in Zelda games, and it's Zelda, Ganon, and Link, and who's the Sheik, maybe with hindsight it's obvious, right? But as a kid, you're just like, dude, Sheik is the coolest guy in the world, and then it turns out to be Zelda, and you're like, holy crap, that makes so much sense. But Sheik itself is just, I think they've grown into a character of their own through Smash Bros. Through some of the, I don't think Sheik has been playable in any of the Hyrule Warrior games. It's usually Impa. But I really like their outfit, their style, the whole concepts of Sheik, meeting them all the different places, learning the songs from them, passed down to her to him from Impa. Oh, man, and then the reveal. Oh, guys, the cat snake is back. The cat snake found its way back. She really wants attention. I'm really just not giving her it. Maybe I'll pause it a second. But I just think Sheik's such a great character. Next up is Majora's Mask. And again, I think Majora's Mask, even more so than Ocarina of Time, has so many good characters that you could choose from. You know, you've got Majora, like the mask itself. You've got Skull Kid. You've got any of the transformations with getting to know how they died and stuff. Just a lot of characters, a lot of side characters, cafe. But come on, guys, it's the Happy Mask Salesman. Like, without a doubt, it's the Happy Mask Salesman. He is what Majora's Mask is. Due to him having all these masks and him losing the masks because he got knocked out by the Skull Kid and the mask was stolen, he's the one who sets everything into motion. And he knows more than he's giving on, and he's just such a mysterious character that we don't learn anything about. I would take an entire manga or movie dedicated just to the Happy Mask Salesman. Or even just a short showing his adventures collecting masks. Would be so cool. I absolutely love this character. I love what they do, the quests they send you on to get back this mask because it's evil incarnate and he needs to get it because it's his fault for losing it. And how he feels bad for Skull Kid for finding it. Just an absolute devastating example of a character with such great morality involved. Okay, Oracle of Ages, and then followed that up by Seasons. I haven't played these games. Looking at the characters, I'm gonna have to go with Kataki and Koumi. I'm gonna say Kotake and Kotake? Kotake and Komi? I'm gonna say Kotake and Komi. Anyway, the old grannies that made Ganon, right? These are the two that created Ganon, or they're servants to Ganon. I think they made Ganon in the no, they never made Ganon, but they are servants to Ganon, right? Absolutely love these two characters, love their designs. I love their designs specifically in the Oracle games because I love the art that they did for them here. I think it's super unique and twisted, and an Oracle of Ages, was it Ages that I just... And an Oracle of Ages, you have to fight them. Actually, I think it's when you beat both games, and you beat one game and you link them, they're in the final dungeon where you have to fight them, and then you do end up having to fight Twinrova. And yes, Twinrova has a unique battle in Ocarina of Time, but in this game specifically, the battle at least from what I've seen, I haven't played it, looks interesting. I think it's cool. I think the characters are really interesting. I've always liked these characters as like some primordial ancient what's the race that Ganon is? Of the Gerudo. They're like the oldest Gerudos there are, and they are the ones who give Ganon purpose. They're all like, yeah, this is how it's always been. He's our king, a prince of darkness, because there's only one male Gerudo born every 100 years. And the fusion they have is such a cool technique, giving you fire and ice. And again, they're just another really powerful wizard. That works under Ganon, who's a more powerful wizard. Oracle of Seasons, okay, again, haven't played it much, and as much as I wanted to choose Onyx, because I think he's a really cool final boss in this game, I gave it to Din. I think Din is a much cooler character than Nairu. My favorite never got a game, right? But Din is such a cool character, and you really want to save her and party with her and have a good time with this character. Being a nomadic character who just parties around, dances, and I love her outfit, her design, everything about it is just unique. And I think it really pushes that concept of, is she like... She's supposed to represent Din, like the goddess Din. Because the goddess Hylia had three other goddesses formed from her. And these, I think, are human representations of them. So she's a Spitfire, and I like that. I just think she's a cool character overall. I really like her design. Four Swords. Okay, if you haven't read the manga, you won't really choose a Link necessarily. If we're just going off game, right? It's Vati. Vati from this game is so cool. It's just like this evil bat character, and this is the first time you see him, and you're just like, oh, that's just a big bad guy. Let's stop him. There's no Ganon in the original Four Swords. It's just Vati. He's the new villain, and his form is just kind of creepy. It's this evil, demonic, bat-like creature, and you're like, yep, he's evil. He was sealed by the Four Swords. We unleashed him. Now we have to put it back to be right, defeat him, and seal him away again. And you do so. Well, yeah, there's not much to talk about with this body. He's just a cool villain. Then Wind Waker. Okay, so Wind Waker, I almost broke the rule that never existed, which was like one character per game. But the thing is, it's not close. It's Ganondorf. This is the best version of Ganondorf we ever got. I won't... You can try to give me arguments as to why it might be a different one, but it's not. It's not. It's not Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf. It's this Ganondorf. This Ganondorf, who always keeps his sanity, never turns into the beast, has such a relatable and understanding, like, story as the Gerudo, King of the Gerudos, where he wanted something better for his people, and now that that's gone, he just wants it back. He's so relatable as someone just trying to do right by his people in the wrongest way possible. His design is top-notch. This isn't even the art design. This is just straight out of Wind Waker HD. But he just looks like a badass, and he is. And the punches and the throws, dude, he aura farms the entire time, and he just does everything right. There is nothing to dislike about this Ganondorf. He's just a perfect villain. And when he loses, you almost feel bad for him. But you know you have to stop him because you know that he will do villainous things if you don't stop him. Four Swords Adventures. Okay. Somewhat cheating. It's the links. This one I am basing off the Four Swords Adventures manga. They all have super cool, interesting character designs, and feel how, like, some are like brash and others are brave and others are cowardice. Well, not cowardice, but kind of like dumb. It's the best way to put it. And then Purple Link has just got such a great story in that. So much going on, so much to just latch onto. But even outside of that, the only other characters in Four Swords is Vati again. But it's like, I don't want to pick Vati a second time. He's just another big bad monster. And then Ganon. But this isn't just any Ganon. This is like ultra evil instinct Ganon of all evilness, because this is like at the end of the evil timeline where you finally seal the guy away. You know, like, he's gone forever, sealed within the Four Swords after you actually kill Vati. So, like, I think he kills Vati actually, and then you defeat him, and it's like, oh, cool. That Ganon's not that cool. He's kind of lame, but these links are honestly pretty cool. Minish Cap. Hey, you know how I said I didn't want to do Vati again? Yeah, hey guys, look, it's Vati. Guys, it's Vati. But this is the cool Vati. This is the Vati that has, like, story and lore. Like, even his simplistic lore of, he's a wizard. Again, why are wizards evil? Who trained under your hat when your hat wasn't a hat, Eslo. And was like, yo, I'm evil. Peace. I'm going to go with this Four Swords. And then he breaks the Four Swords and releases the evil within all I can presume is Pandora's box. And it's just like, I'm now in control. And he wins. He's like one of the few villains who's not Ganon who wins. He wins. Actually, I guess Majora wins too. He does destroy the Earth. You just have to constantly reverse time, so... But, like, Vati wins, and then you have to take the kingdom back from him. And then you get to seeing him transform into what you face, what you've seen if you've been playing the game chronologically, like by release, right? You've seen Vati twice before, and seeing him go from this creature of like, maybe there's a chance that this corrupted Minish could like be good, right? Maybe he could be turned back, but he just lets evil consume his heart, and he becomes truly evil and foul. Next up is Twilight Princess, and now I'm breaking the rules that were never set. There's 3 here. Yeah. Twilight Princess has some really good characters. And it has 3 of my favorite characters from all of Zelda. Midna, Zant, and the hero. Don't make me pick. Okay, let's start with the hero. The hero being the hero of time from Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, training the new Link in the skills that he's learned, knowing that to become a Stelphos, you had to get lost in the Lost Woods and never be set free. You're still wandering, still feeling empty. And that empty feeling comes from never at least fan theory is that it's because he never found Navi. So Majora's Mask is he's leaving trying to find a friend. That friend, as far as people know, is Navi, because Navi is the one who left him as a kid in the kid timeline, right? Because he no longer needed her, but he thought that they were friends, not just like work buddies, right? They weren't just buddies trying to save the world, they were friends, and he misses her. So he goes after her and goes through the trials of depression that is sewn off in Majora's Mask, that then leads to being stuck inside the Lost Woods. The concept being that a Termina might be a real place and the events might have really happened, but it is the Lost Woods, which is huge. It's just a massive woods that has so many different things in it. And since there are magic in the game, you could magically have fallen into this Termina area. And upon leaving Termina at the end of Majora's Mask, he's still searching for Navi. But it's been years when he comes back, and he just loses himself. But he's still a hero, and he still trains you. And I love that story, that concept, that such a cool short story. And then you have Zant. Zant is such an underrated character. He's the Aghanim of the game, where like he does get overthrown by Ganon at the end, Ganondorf at the end, in like such a bad way in this game though, because it's more than halfway through. This is like 3/4 the way through, maybe even like more than that, and Zant gets thrown out after you beat him, or gets thrown out, and there's Ganon, and he's just a pawn now. And it's like, cool, Ganon's back, I get it, I understand it, don't worry, you kind of needed Ganon, because chronologically they kind of like going back and forth between giving us Ganon and not giving us Ganon in the mainline games. And I think it's just in the games. But Zant is just such a cool villain, being this guy who just says he deserves to be in power, not Midna. Let's turn Midna into this imp form, throw her out, get rid of her. Now I'm in charge, and everything should be Twilight. Let's go. But he thought that way because Ganon corrupted him. Ganon was sealed away into the Twilight Realm. And Ganon was like, nah. You deserve power. And he was tempted. And so, it's cool to see this, again, innocent person corrupted by greed and lustful wishing for power, right? A gluttonous appetite for power. Be molded by Ganon. And if we had more of that, more inkling of a concept that maybe Ganon was behind all of this, it'd be cool. If we could have some type of glimpse, but we aren't given that. It's just kind of thrown at us at the end. Like, yeah, no, Zant he wasn't a good guy, but like Ganon really put evil into his heart because Ganon is the personification of evil. So, you know. But that being said, Midna's up here too in the center. Maybe she's probably the best. She is arguably the most popular character in all of Zelda by a large margin. A lot of people like Midna. They like her design, her imp form. They think she's hot and sexy because, of course, they do. But she's also just the best, like, partner character. She does so much for the story. She's such a, like, mischievous imp girl. She's just a great character. Midna's Lament is probably the best song in all of Zelda history. That run through to get to Zelda to get her healed. Everything about her is just amazing. Like, and then the growth you have with her where she, like, first just kind of, like, saves you because she's like, well, I guess I can save this dog. Oh, you're not a dog, are you? I can tell you're not a dog. You know, we can help each other. And she's just kind of, like, using you and then, like, to regain power, but through it you become friends. And I love that growth, that feeling, that making her enjoy the company of humans instead of just Twilight. So, such a unique and interesting trio here. Phantom Hourglass, there's only one character to choose here, guys. It's Lineback. The reason you play Phantom Hourglass. You don't play Phantom Hourglass for any other reasons. The combat's not great. The gameplay's not great. Moving it's not great. That ocean temple, the less that you say that, the better. The puzzles are fun, though. I'll give you that. The puzzles are super unique. It is a Capcom game, so of course it's unique with the puzzles. But Lineback is the reason. Lineback is just such a cool character, and again, probably up there with, like, Midna just being such a great partner character, where it's like you slowly, like, he's a scoundrel, but he slowly gets to, like, show his own, and when he defends you against the main bad guy, just trying to rescue you, saving the day, it's so cool, guys. I love this character. It's the reason I go back to play Hourglass whenever. It's just like, at least I get Lineback, right? Spirit Tracks, haven't played it. Who would I pick? Some people would pick Zelda, but I'm gonna choose Byron because from what I read, I think that's how you pronounce it, Byron? I don't know, Byron. He seems to have the coolest story. Like, he's a bad guy who's been done wrong and wishes to have the power that others have. And so he frees the main villain, steals Zelda's soul, and is working with the main villain, Clover, to, I think is that his name? The guy with the two hats, to resurrect this demon. It's cool. I think he's a cool character. I think he's got the cool design. I should really play the game at some point, but for my money, I'd give it to Byron. Skyward Sword. Hey, you know how I did that thing with Twilight Princess where I cheated? Yeah, I'm cheating again, guys. Oh no, 3 characters. Gru, Zelda, Garaham. This is my favorite Zelda. Let's go over her for a second. Zelda's such a cool character in this game. She is down to earth. She's not necessarily a princess. She's just, I guess her dad's like the chieftain. But that's close enough to being a princess, right? And she's such a unique maiden here. And the story she goes through, you get to watch her as she runs away with Impa, learning that it's the young version of Impa, helping her as she travels through time, and then she seals herself in amber to prevent the demise from rising, sealing demise in that imprisoned form, and then eventually giving it to Link to save not only her, but to defeat demise finally for good. You have such a good connection to her, wanting to save her, and Groose wants to save her as well, right? Groose is such a unique character as well here, with his story's possibly the best character arc in any Zelda game. It still falls under that, like, chauvinistic douchebag turning into like a hero, but they do it so well. He's such an ugly character who just like hates you, hates everything, but loves Zelda, but hates you because you're friends with Zelda. And you're just so nonchalant about it. And he's like, how are you so nonchalant with her? This is so dumb. You're so dumb, Link. And you have a bully. This is the first game you have a bully. This has got that high school feel. And eventually, you know, Bruce comes down with you trying to help find Zelda later on and ends up with Impa and grows and goes, no, I'm gonna make this Grucinator and help you defeat the hold back the imprisoned so that we can save Zelda together. And he learns to get the heck over himself and just becomes a swell guy. Okay? He just becomes a swell character. And I love that arc. And then you have Girahim. Girahim is probably my favorite villain in all of Zelda. I love Zant, but Girahim did what Zant should have, which is like, he's constantly there. Maybe to a weird point where like, yeah, he's stronger than Link at the beginning. Why didn't you just take Link out? But I like to chalk that up to classic villain. Well, actually, I think the reason why Girahim never takes Link out is because he needs Link to free Zelda so that Demise can be freed. He knows that Link will choose to free Zelda and face Demise, and he's betting all his chips on Demise not being able to be defeated by Link. So, excuse me. So as he's like contemplating and watching Link, he's just guiding him. He's just like, no, yeah, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, yeah, okay, cool, awesome. Now you're freeing Zelda. Cool. Now let me weaken you so that Demise can use me as a sword to beat you up. And the fact that he is Demise's sword is such a cool thing because it means he's similar to Fi in that sense, where like Fi is your master sword and he is Demise's sword. So that just adds a whole nother dimension to the game that I just absolutely love. So yeah, it's another game with just so many good characters that it's hard to pick one. Link Between Worlds. This is sadly another one I haven't played. I'm gonna have to break down and just play it on my PC here, guys. I'm gonna have to break down and do it. I'll get a 3DS emulator up and running and finally play this one. I gotta play the ones I haven't played yet. But it's Ravio. Yeah, I know the story, so I can speak to him as a story character. And yeah, the fact that he is Link from Lorule, as a like the instead of the hero of courage, he's the hero of lost hope, the hero with no courage. And the fact that he's the bunny, which is a representation of like, it's a reference to how Link would turn into a pink bunny when he went into the Dark World in A Link to the Past. So this is just Link, like, as a coward. And I love it. I love the concept, but he's a coward because he's not willing to do it himself. But he was brave enough to go against Hilda and go to Hyrule and get a hold of Link and help Link by giving him these weapons that he stole from, I believe, from Hilda to help him defeat gather the stuff he needed to defeat Hilda. So, such a unique character. Absolutely love him in the game. I think he's one of the best reasons to play that game. Triforce Heroes. Another game. Haven't touched. Not a lot of great characters. I went Lady Maud. Kind of an evil character. She's the main villain, but between you and me, I don't care about this game. Less so than the Four Swords games. Not that this game's bad. If you can play this game with friends, it's great. It's greatly fun, you know? But you'd all have to have a 3DS and a copy of the game. No one's got that. So, here's hoping Nintendo gives us a 3DS and DS emulator on the Switch 2. I think they can make it work with the mouse controls that we have now, but Lady Maud is probably the most unique and well-known character from that game, so. Breath of the Wild. Okay, we're getting into the home stretch. Last 3 games here, guys. But Breath of the Wild cheats again. Just another big cheat sheet. And it's Sidon, Cass, and Mipha. It's Sidon, Cass, and Mipha. Okay, let's talk about it. Cass, the reason you adventure around. The reason I adventured around. Why'd you get lost going to do stuff? I was hoping Cass would be there just to be playing his music. When you're just wandering around and you just hear his accordion go off and you're just like, oh man, it's Cass. Let's go check on Cass, guys. Hey, dude, what you doing? Oh, you got some splurb about this location? Thanks, Cass. You're the best. He doesn't give you anything. There's no task. There's no quest. He's just there to chill. And that's so cool, guys. Mipha is the best sage in this game. I love everything about her. She's probably the cutest one. She's probably my favorite female character in the series, just because next to Impa, not Impa, next to Midna, because she's so opposite of Sidon. She's such a calm, cool, collected, just like yeah, we should do this. I'm on your side, Link. We got this together. Whereas Sidon's all like, Link, together, bro. We got this, bro. He's such a brosive. But that's the thing about Sidon, okay? Sidon and the romance, the bromance he has with Link, okay? Again, Mipha is like, Link's relationship with the sages 100 years ago was interesting, right? And one of which was like, his relationship was like, either they were fatherly or motherly or rivalry, but with Mipha, it was like, do you like Mipha? I think Mipha likes you. And Zelda's like, he's my man. But I think Mipha had a thing for Link. And the thing is I think Sidon has a thing for Link. Everyone does. Dude, that bromance is so cool. He's my favorite character. As much as I like Cass, I'm grabbing my cat so she doesn't jump and hurt herself. Here's my cat again. You can't meow at me. Not nice. I mean, I guess she can. She just did. But Sidon does exactly what you want him to do. He smiles and says, we got this. And it just makes you go, yeah, let's do this. And then you jump on his back and defeat a giant elephant. Yeah, we got this. I like it. I like it so much. It's such a unique thing to just really like 3 characters so much and so well. And, like, you get to see these 2 characters, like Mipha and Sidon, right off the bat. And then you get to see Cass right off the bat as well. So, such great characters. Tears of the Kingdom. This is another one. I'm going to give it 3. It's such a big game. And I'm going to be that weird guy. There's a lot of good characters here, guys. But, it's Link, Rauru, and Minoru. Yes, the siblings, and the one who has one of the siblings' arms, and the sibling, and is friends with the sibling in the future. I like the race. It's cool. It just is. I love the designs. Okay? Let's talk Link. This is my favorite Link out of all the games. I think he really grew from Breath of the Wild Link, where he was like, let me get my memories back. Now he's got his memories back, and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to go save my friend Zelda. Okay? This isn't like end of the world. I mean, it's end of the world, right? Because Ganon's back. But you're like, this is about saving Zelda. And then it turns out, shit, I can't save Zelda. Let's go kill Ganon. And then you save Zelda anyways, because you're a Banff. But, like, I love this Link. Everything about him, his design is so iconic with that robotic arm. He's just such a cool Link, guys. He's just my favorite Link. There's not much else to say about it. You also spend like so much time with this specific Link. Rauru is such a cool sage. This being the Sage of Light. The only other Rauru we had was Ocarina of Time, and no one cares about that Rauru. Old, fat, bald man looking monk. This Raru's so much cooler. And he's there. He's like, yeah, guys, I'm such a Banff. I've been sealing Ganon away for this long. Like, you thought Zelda was sealing Ganon away? No, no, no. Zelda was just sealing away his hatred. I was sealing the actual body away. And then you guys had to come on down because you stopped the calamity again. And oh, look, there's Yeah, so there's Ganondorf, not just Ganon, but there's Ganondorf, the man behind the myth. And he's such a cool character. Rauru is just like, yeah, I'm here, dude. Let's do the trials. You know, and I'm going to be with you because I'm your arm. And then Minoru, dude. She's my favorite, like, optional sage. You just go to her randomly because you look at this lightning place and you're like, let's go to that lightning cloud. Boom, bang, pow. You go to the spirit temple and she's like, yeah, I'm a mech. And you're like, you're a mech? Yeah, I'm a mech. And you're like, cool, let's do this. And then you just get her. And like the small bits you get to see her in the past with her brother being the last two descendants is so cool. I just really like this trifecta of characters. Not my favorite trifecta. That's probably Skyward Sword, but... And let's get to the last game. Echoes of Wisdom. You might think, oh, you're choosing Zelda again. Nah, man, I'm choosing the main character. Tri. Tri is such an interesting character. I have yet to beat this game. I've been playing through it. I'm just a slow game player, especially on Switch games sometimes, but Tri is just such a great character. I really like the fact that he's there to help Zelda free, like, because he has to. Like, he's like, okay, I'm the last one alive. Well, if you help me, I help you, okay? I'll help you clear your name, save your people, Link, save your dad, save all these Hylians, let you be the princess you need to be if you help me save my people. And then I'll absorb them and we'll become one big cool guy. He allows you to do all the stuff, all the duplication and stuff, because Zelda, in this game, doesn't have any magical powers. She's not a wizard or like witch. She is in some games because she's the goddess reincarnated, or the goddess's chosen one, so she gets the three other goddesses' magic. She doesn't have that in this game. She's just got Tri, using Tri's magic. And he's such a cool Bamf, guys. I love this guy all the way through. Plus his design's just so unique. It's got that like fantasy but still like sci-fi vibe that Zelda's almost always had. So like ancient ruins of a forgotten civilization, and now you're using magic. So I like it. I like it a lot. So those are my favorite and best characters in every Zelda game. Let me know yours in the towel section doobly-doo down below. Peace.